Ever heard the UN runs the world? Or maybe that the UN does nothing? Well, what if I told you that most of what people believe about the UN isn't quite true? Busting myths about a misunderstood organization today. Myth number 1. The UN is a world government. World leaders unite to make big decisions. But here's the truth. The UN isn't a world government at all. Every country that joins still keeps full control of its own laws and policies. The UN can't force any nation to obey. It can only persuade, negotiate, and coordinate. Think of it more like a global meeting place, not a ruler of nations. Myth number 2. The UN doesn't do anything. This one's common, and partly because the UN mostly works behind the scenes. But every single day, the UN helps feed around 100 million people, vaccinates nearly half the world's children, and supports peacekeeping missions in conflict zones. It relies on member countries for action. But doing nothing? Far from it. Myth number 3. The UN is a giant money pit. Here's a shocker. The UN's entire annual budget is smaller than what the world spends on video games in a year. Peacekeeping, humanitarian aid, development, together, it costs less than 0.1% of global GDP. So, while bureaucracy is real, the myth of runaway spending? Not so much. Myth number 4. The UN is controlled by the big powers. It's true that the 5 permanent members of the Security Council, the United States, the United Kingdom, Russia, China, and France, hold veto power. That gives them serious influence. But the UN also has 188 other member states that work together on issues like climate change, education, and health, areas where the smaller countries often lead. Power exists, yes, but it's not absolute. Myth number 5. The UN has its own army. The UN doesn't actually have an army. Every peacekeeper you see is actually a soldier loaned by their own country. They wear the blue helmet, but their loyalty is still to their home nation. They serve under UN command temporarily. A global push to maintain vital peace? So, no, the UN isn't a global government. It's not sitting idle. It definitely doesn't have a secret army. It's a collection of nations trying, sometimes failing, to work together on problems no single country can solve alone. And in today's world, that effort matters more than ever.